So today it is time to give the mantle a makeover. It's been a while since I've done a mantle makeover in our great room. We just got in this awesome chinoiserie pottery that I could not wait to style here in our home, and I want to show it to you. So today in this mantle styling, the one thing that I wanted to show you is how you can mix in something such as this chinoiserie pottery with some of the more rustic elements. So our house is a farmhouse, so I'm going to incorporate a little bit of the farmhouse look, some of the rustic materials in with this. This is a black and white chinoiserie, which is a little bit different than the blue and white, which you would typically see, and I love it. So before we add in this, we have got to set the background for everything, so let's get started. So I've already gotten started here with our mantle styling by adding the two mirrors. This mirror I've talked about several times was actually an old glass window that I antique mirrored myself, and you can see that in my Instagram highlights. Then I layered this mirror over the top. I just wanted a lot of reflection here in our great room for it to be nice and bright during the summer. To this, I'm gonna add a hyacinth tray. This just arrived. This comes in two sizes. This is the large size. I thought this was another layer that could be added right into the front. And this is great because it's adding in a little bit of that boho, more rustic feel, and it's gonna play off the chinoiserie that we are adding to the mantle as well. So now that I have the backdrop for the mantle, I'm gonna start styling each side. I've talked about this several times. I love creating balance, not symmetry. So even though I'm gonna balance out this chinoiserie pottery on each side, I'm not gonna make it perfectly symmetrical. So I'm gonna start here on the right side with this large vase, and I'm gonna add a faux grass right in here. This is a fun grass because it can sit on its own, or you can add it right into a vase. To raise this vase up a little bit, I'm actually going to use one of our tin risers, and this is where I wanted to show you that you can incorporate some of those items that you would think are typically more farmhouse style or boho style with this look. So we are going to use this just to elevate our vase. Now that we have our first piece in place, we're just gonna keep stair-stepping down and adding different textures and layers. So I'm incorporating this vase, which is slightly smaller than the first one, and I'm gonna use some of our faux fern stems here just to add a little bit more greenery. This is gonna go right next to that one to complete the look right here on this side. So now I'm moving over to the left side, and I'm gonna use our Zola lamp. This has a little bit of the gold and a little bit more formal feel to it, but I am going to use one of our rustic farm risers to put this on, again, to mix in a little bit of that farmhouse look. So on this end, we have our lamp in place, and to tie in the same pottery, I'm using another large vase here. And then of course I want to add in some greenery to this end as well. So I'm just going to use one of our boxwood balls, and we're going to place it right on top. Then we are going to add some more greenery to soften the mantle. So let me grab those. So to soften up the mantle and fill in a little bit, I'm using some of our trailing greenery. This is one of our fern cascading bushes, and we're just going to tuck this right in here, and this is going to soften up the edge. And then we're gonna add in one last piece of pottery. Since I added one of our cascading stems to the other end of the mantle, we're also gonna add one to this side, and this is what's gonna make our mantle cohesive and tie together from both sides. So to finish off our mantle styling here, I'm using one of the jars, and I'm actually laying it on its side. This just gives a little bit different dimension to the styling, and this finishes off our mantle. So I hope this mantle styling gives you a little inspiration and really shows you how you can mix in pieces from different styles to give you a more eclectic look and how it can all work together. I used this chinoiserie with some of the rustic elements of the hyacinth tray and then some gold in there as well, and it all works perfectly together.